Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Daijou Crew. I'm kind of the main host. My name is Sigurd, and I just want to thank you for taking the chance on downloading this first episode of the podcast. This has been kind of a passion project for myself as a huge listener of podcasts, inspired by great listens like The Flophouse, The Adventure Zone, things from Earwolf, and the Max Fun Network. And this is just my little rock in the ocean of podcasts out there. The Daijou Crew, what we're hoping to be is a bad anime podcast, where we watch anime that wasn't necessarily received very well, and we give it a shot and let you know what we thought of it. So, this wouldn't have been possible without my producer. His name is Jonathan. Jonathan, say hi.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you come in here. I'm producing this podcast. It should be noted I'm not a member of the Daijou Crew.
Yeah, but
I'm not a huge. I'm more of a casual anime fan. So it's been a great experience, sort of producing this podcast, not knowing anything about what it is they're talking about, and it's been really entertaining. So I hope we all get at least that much out of it.
This first episode was actually an anime that me, Wah, and Julian were all kind of like super interested in when we saw the pilot for it. It's known as Active Raid. What do you think Active Raid was about just by its title?
So, I mean, it sounds like a group of people really into fitness who fight off some sort of alien raid. Am I close?
Well, fitness, I mean, they are in shape, I'll give you that. So, if you really want to find out, I think, just like the listeners, you guys should just give the whole podcast a listen. And with that, I guess I'm going to say a Wii board. You guys will come accustomed to those, but ikimasho, let's go.
We should also clarify that we'll use this time here before the podcast begins on future episodes to get into like any corrections or errors that may have occurred or anything weird that happened in the previous episode. So if you have something that you hear and they're like, hey, that's wrong, technically this, and this, go ahead and tweet it or email it at the Daijou Crew. I'll make sure to bring it up. I'll give Sigurd a hard time about it.
Well, hopefully not too hard of a time. If there's anything you'd like to let us know, like Jonathan said, you can email us at daijoucrew@gmail.com or tweet us at Daijou Crew. And we give our contact info in the end of the podcast as well. So,
All right, without further ado,
here's the Daijou Crew. Welcome to the podcast. This is the Daijou Crew. We're a podcast in which we watch anime that you guys most likely dropped. Essentially, like what our genre is we're looking for anime that isn't necessarily the most popular, or maybe it had a lot of hype and then everyone just dropped it.
Is it worth your time? Is it worth picking back up? We'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll let you know so that you don't have to waste your time. We'll waste time for you. To introduce myself, I'm Sigurd. I'm your host of the Daijou Crew. With me, I have two of my boon companions in watching this not so great anime.
Spoilers.
True. I'll let them introduce themselves. Let's start from the left side, which you guys can't really see.
I am.
Wow, way to
I
commit.
can't even do it.
Yeah, way to commit.
I'm Julian.
Sorry about that, folks. Hopefully your earbuds. I'm pretty sure if anyone's listening to this on a subway or something like that, you just made that person like jolt. Everyone's looking at them. Spaghetti's falling out of their pockets.
You think we'll
right
fix
now.
that in the edit? Like maybe lower him down? No, we're going to even make him louder.
No, we're gonna make you louder. Yeah.
No, we're gonna get it right on the next try.
All right. Yeah, we'll do it together. Friendship. All right. So, who are you?
I'm Julian.
And tell us a little bit about yourself, Julian.
I like playing Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 14 accessories. God, why is it so hard not to laugh with?
Oh, what are you, Hank Hill?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14.
No, I'm Julian.
What's a Final Fantasy 14 accessory that you play?
Final Fantasy 14 Libra, an app for the phone.
I've never even heard of
I'm
it.
sure you haven't, casual.
Yeah,
That's why I'm hardcore and you're not.
you're right. You're
I'm level
absolutely
60.
right.
Get out of here.
I'm so sorry.
What a shame, dude.
What a shame indeed.
This is why I don't play with him. That's the joke. I really want to. Just won't play with me.
It's because I'm casual. Anyways.
I'm not sure what that means or what has to do with not playing with me. Hey, you, guy in the shirt.
What, me? Oh, I'm going to take off my shirt.
Ew, no, please don't.
I am
Why?
why?
The rest of us don't have any on.
People don't
What's-
have to know that.
Who is this man?
Yeah.
Who are you?
Are you pointing at the wall?
The wall that
dense
they see.
idiot.
Yeah, anyways, introduce yourself.
I am Wa, and I am happy to be here.
That's spelled HOA.
Yeah, wow.
So don't get it twisted.
Yes.
So you're happy to be here? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, yeah. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just here.
Wall loves poker. We'll just let you guys know that ahead of
Oh,
time.
You're
wow,
gonna
way
know
to
that.
spoil my...
Yeah, I'm doing it because you're not introducing yourself. So,
I'm still thinking. Give me enough time.
that's us. Welcome to. I mean, if you thought the anime we watch is pretty bad, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be pretty bad too. So,
It's literally pick your poison right
yeah.
now.
yeah, just join us along for the ride. So, I'm sorry. Hey, Jonathan, play like a little music thing right here because I'm really messing up. All right, thanks for that small break. What we would usually do now is find a better way to transition into the next part of our podcast, which is where we actually give you the synopsis of the anime that we watched. You might have heard at the very beginning Wa introduce what we watched, and that was the anime Active Raid, which aired during the winter of 2015.
Hey, well, I'm confused. What did we watch? I can't quite remember. Could you trigger me, please?
Could someone trigger you?
Yeah, you know,
What does that even mean?
trigger me. You know, like trigger my memory so that I remember what we watched. Because I'm very confused right now.
I believe it was active, right?
What was it about? Can you go into a little more detail? Maybe Sigurd, can you help us with this one?
Oh, you mean like tell you what happened?
Yeah. What happened?
What happened? All right, yeah, sure. I'll tell you what happened. Welcome to what happened. Our story starts off in a futuristic Japan with a unit known as Unit 8. Unit 8 is comprised of a few special police officers who have the power.
Being very liberal with the word special, they're like, full-on retarded. Oh, I'm sorry, this is full-on stupid.
We are gonna get.
Oh,
John-
yeah,
John-
that's
oh,
the end of
man.
our podcast right there, folks. I'm so sorry.
Jonathan, edit that out.
Anyone who knows me personally, I did not okay this.
No one told him to say
Well,
that.
I just went
He just
off.
went
Oh boy.
he wild card. Right. So, yeah. Back to the synopsis. Unit 8 comprised of a special force of police officers who are able to wear these power suits known as will wares, and these will wares are designed by different corporations to do various functions, and
One of those functions not being entertain me.
yeah, sadly. And all of this is explained in the very beginning of the intro, sang by Miss... Who is it, Julian?
Akino? Wait,
Yeah.
she only sings the opening, dog.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the
Yeah.
opening.
Akino with Lust 4.
Yeah, who seems to be like a really great singer who sings openings for not so great anime.
Like Aquarion.
Yeah,
Look forward to that on episode 3.
get tight. So, Unit 8 is getting a new rookie person or something like that. Her name was
Asami Kazari.
Asami Kazari. And Asami Kazari was apparently studying abroad or something like that. And she likes to sneak in little English words whenever she can.
Little? She uses some pretty big ones, too.
Yeah, all I'm saying is just like if you had a
just
friend
random
that studied a
English.
little bit of Japanese and like I don't know, they saw something nice happen, they'd be like, "Oh, kakui, guys!" Like that was her. That was her with her English, and it was so
I
cringeworthy.
do not understand.
Yeah, holy shit. So yeah, that was Asami Kazari, who is assigned to Unit 8 to figure out what are they doing because
What happened?
yeah, because they're so crazy. From the very beginning, the very first episode, we get to meet the cast of Unit 8. And we'll go down the list because this whole season is comprised of an episodic tale introducing you to each member of the of Unit 8 cast.
Except who you would pick as the main character. He doesn't get anything.
Yeah, speaking of main character, which we don't really have, the guy that we thought would be the main character, his name was
Kuroki? I don't know.
Takeru
Takeru.
Kuroki. He comes in at the speed of light while two teenagers who have these super powerful suits given to them by a mysterious organization.
Called.
And these two kids decide to go buck wild in the streets and causing havoc and mayhem everywhere. And so Unit 8 activates suddenly while they were trying to introduce themselves to Asami. And yeah, we meet the rest of the team. A lolly-esque, but not really lolly, just younger
Not
than
lolly at all,
usual.
dude.
She was just young.
She was moe.
Moe?
Moe.
All right.
I think that's an accurate word to use for her because she wasn't tiny or anything. She looked like she was in high school, but she was probably in her 20s or something like that.
Something
She
like
had
that.
a nice butt, and you would really want to introduce her to your family.
Yeah. Okay. That's marriage material, right?
She looked good in jeans. Tell you that.
All right. And she also
from a
had
man
a little sister who was her exact clone, except she had different colored eyes.
You forget about the bust.
Oh, yeah. Her bust was a lot bigger than her older
How could you
sister's.
forget about that? That was literally how I told them.
I was looking at their eyes, Julian. I'm sorry.
How could you see her eyes when her, mountains were in her face?
I don't know, because her eyes were up
Honoka?
there.
No, Honoka is not honkers. Little sister is
Little
honkers.
sister was honkers? All right. So anyways, not little sister. Her name was Rin. She's the leader. She doesn't look like she should be the leader, but
Surprised
she
you
was.
remember that one.
Yeah, well, she was cute, so.
You know what her last name is?
Subasaki.
Yamabuki.
Yamabuki.
Not even close.
I took a dart and threw it out there.
Yeah, man. You miss 1,000% of the things
You don't throw at.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So, we get introduced to her. There's like 7 other people, but the most prominent person from episode 1 besides Rin was Soichi.
Soichiro.
Soichiro.
Seta.
I'm just
Or
gonna
Soichi.
apologize for you guys right now. Every time I've listened to people mispronounce names of characters on anime, that always made me upset, and I'm doing it right now.
Did it
So,
trigger you?
yeah, it definitely did trigger me.
Again, they don't give you a reason to remember them.
It actively. No, I'm not gonna do it. So
Passively.
passively triggered me. So Soichiro.
Soichiro.
He is your character that is like the straight edge, super by the book, amazing at most of the things he touches character, and he's the first one they send out, which shows us our first transformation scene. And why don't you describe what the transformation scenes are like?
Well, basically, it just started with them in a room where they kind of put on a suit. It started off with like they put on chokers and
Oh, but what did they have on before that?
what was it, a rubber suit? I honestly forget now.
They were in, they were in their chonies.
They had nothing
Right, yeah, they're naked,
except for their chones.
The gents had these nice little banana hammocks.
and then they kind of like
No, they didn't. They had like
They-
boy shorts on.
No, they didn't.
They go. I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, I'm not
wasn't
going to watch again to verify, so I'm sorry, folks. They can have whatever kind of underwear you want them to have on.
I will just to prove that I'm right.
Please
Just
don't.
use your imagination.
Yeah. They have underwear.
Continue
Maybe they
though.
did buck naked.
No.
Anyways, after the one thing I do appreciate, like they don't go like. They don't
Oh my
go down
god, can you describe the transformation first?
Okay, fine. Like after that, after they put on their rubber suit after they do the whole thing, they go down like a little conveyor belt while they put on their willwear piece by piece, and they become complete. And then they shoot themselves out of a, what would you call that? Catapult?
I don't know, some kind of shoot, and they do
Yeah,
an Olympic long jump ski, whatever the ski slope thing.
They're on skis. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
straight up
they-
skis.
They fly everywhere that way, and they're all called Oscars. Oscar and a number.
Their code name is Oscar.
Yeah, and
Oscar units.
Soichiro is Oscar 1. And I'm gonna just say that I found it kind of surprising that the color of Oscar 1 was not red, but it was blue. Each Oscar also seems to have some kind of special ability or like specialization that they can do. And his was he had a gun, like some kind of super long rifle. Right?
Yeah, he had a gun.
He had a gun.
He had no skills with the gun, but he had a gun.
He tried.
He tried.
He tried.
I think he also had web shot too, like he can swing, right? Was that him? Or
Yeah, I
was
think
that
he had
someone
grappling hook or something
Yeah.
like that.
else? So I guess that's
Little-
something.
Shoulder or something.
Yep. Speaking of flying, he doesn't do very good by himself, and he tries shooting the teenagers, and they're like, "Oh, but they're only teenagers," and the teenagers were like, "I don't care, bro. I'm gonna melt the ground or something," and that's when main character, who's not main character, Mr. Takaru, comes flying in on Oscar 2, which is red, not traditionally the number 2 color, and when I say flying in, he's not on skis. That's his special ability. He has wings.
No, I'm pretty sure he came in on skis.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm
I think
pretty sure
has
they
skis
catapulted
and
him.
He kind of.
But he has a jetpack.
He does.
Yeah,
that is true.
That's his specialty.
It's not a mistake. You are indeed correct.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
So they with their teamwork power are able to take down these two teenagers in this overpowered suit.
Teamwork power.
I mean, like Takaru grabs
Remember when
him.
Shinji got in the robot and the sync rate was like 21%?
Yeah.
It's more like that.
Yeah. so Ichido, the by the book guy, is not having any of the shenanigans because, Takaru's like, oh, I don't really play by the rules. And this guy is playing 100% by the rules. Either way, that's how we meet those first two characters. And we thought that maybe these guys were the only unit people. But that's when episode 2, 3, 4, 5 through 12 prove us wrong, because each episode after that is just character development of a side character.
It does have very minuscule points of underlying plot, though, about what's going on in the shadows.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you just focused on that for each episode, you probably have like the whole season be like 10 minutes.
Yep.
So to introduce the rest of the squad, I'm going to do it like this. Each squad has their own episode, essentially, and instead of saying what episode number it is, you'll just get the whole story. So we've already talked about Miss Rin. We'll get back to her a little later. We gave you Soichiro and Takaru. Asami, who was the new girl who was coming into the unit, she does have her own Oscar. It's kind of like a... I don't know. She had no specialty. She
had lightning legs.
she had lightning legs. There you
He
go.
had like Chun-Li kicks, really.
And she wasn't actively like using her own skill. She would just like call out the name of a move, and it would automatically do it.
Yep.
Oh, she had the gun that makes people deactivate without like hurting people.
Well, no, it was
No,
the gun.
they used the hip. It was a hypnotizing. It was a.
So
Yeah.
she got that later.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't something she
took
actively
She
had.
took it from another robot.
Okay, so we'll get to that later. So Sami, purple robot, lightning legs. She does the typical feminine like protagonist role of I'm here to change things, and these guys are kind of crazy, which we would think would be Soichiro's thing, but then she ends up like liking the team and feeling like one of them because she became all chummy and pally with them. So that's
except
her.
she couldn't drink.
Yep, because she's too young. After that, we have a train girl. What was her name?
Honkers too.
I think it was like it started with an H. I think like
Was she
Haruka Hoshimiya.
yeah.
Yeah, Haruka. She's kind of like, oh, she was like into the pop culture of their version of Japan. She knew all about the idols. There was an idol episode. But her main deal was the fact that she like loved trains. So there's a whole episode dedicated to the answer being the knowledge of trains. And she meets this bad guy. Bad guy is like the most OP unit ever. Like literally wherever he walks, things just disintegrate.
Explode kind of thing. Like it was like a EMP kind of
Some
field
kind
or
of
something?
EMP field that was way too hot. But more importantly, that bad guy was voiced by none other than Dio.
Dio sama.
Again, I looked at Julian because he's supposed to be a JoJo fan, so I thought he'd be
I
all
am,
over that.
but I don't know the particular voice actor.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's fun because Dio's like in so many, his voice is in so many different animes. I did not expect to see him in this one.
It's literally, he literally used the same voice, so it's kind of weird to hear that. It's also, I can imagine the pitch being like, "Hey, yeah, we need the Dio voice in this anime. Oh, cool. Am I going to be a villain? No, you're a guy that like trains now. So
Kind of like,
like have fun with that.
Yeah.
Like do it."
they
I think
almost-
he only had like a few lines too. Like I think,
there wasn't really much talking.
like he was kind of there. He said a few lines and then he was gone.
Yeah.
I think it
So,
was Takehito Koyasu.
what?
Takehito Koyasu, the Seiyu.
Oh, that's his name?
I think so.
I'm going to call him Dio.
Sure.
So, yeah, he was in an OP unit, which is only fitting for himself. But Haruka tries to reach into the heart of hearts of this guy, gets to it, but lo and behold, he can't control his unit anymore because that-
It was being hacked, I think. and
yeah,
it
that
was
evil
like-
organization
It
logo.
wasn't even hacked. They gave it to him and they had control over it.
They took it. They took away all of his power and then made him kill himself.
They didn't take any of his power away. They just collapsed it on him.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Imagine you have a force field and then like the force field just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller and then
You die.
it's too small.
It's too small. Anyways, so yeah, Haruka, her unit was able to do things with radio waves, and then her knowledge of trains made her like OP for a second. So
For a second.
yeah, for a second
She also knew the best way to get places on the railroad track.
on that railroad track. Oh, did I mention?
No,
that?
you did not.
No,
you
I
did not
didn't.
mention.
All right. The way they travel to points of destinations or places that are like shit's going down is they have a police train, and they just use like the light rail system. And sometimes if they can't reach a place, they have some kind of helicopter attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did fly for a short period of time to go where they needed to be.
yeah. I just don't think that police trains are the way to go. That's not the way of the future.
I don't know. I feel
So
like
the
a lot
Power
of
Rangers
like
SPD.
I mean, if you're gonna compare Power Rangers SPD to all the other Ranger units that could like fly, there was the RPMs. They had race cars. They could probably get places faster than SPD.
Maybe.
But SPD could go through time, huh? No, that's Time Force. All right, enough Power Ranger talk, guys. I'm sorry about that.
now let's go back to it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's leave this place.
let's just go over there now. So it'd be better than active raid. So, after Haruka, we have the old man of the group, Mister
Something
Old Guy.
old-
He has a
Old
very,
man.
very old man name. It is Yasuharu Funasaka.
Yasuharu Funasaka. So,
You meet anyone under the age of 18 who has that name, and I'll give you $1.
all right, you know what, Julian? Because that's your dude. His episode was your jam. I'll let you. What's up with
God.
Yasuharu Funasaka, man?
Oh, okay. I don't really know what he does within the unit, but this episode was dedicated to him, and he was just a fan of giant robots. When he was just a little boy, like the giant robots were like a big thing in Japan, and like there was Drew, motherfucker, Doriru. He had a drill arm. He was so cool, and like Yasuharu snuck into the facility where Drew was being held, and Drew like ambushed him, and like he was like, "Oh, what? Drew's alive?" And then he wasn't really alive. The professor was in the robot, and he was like, "Shonen, yo, pilot this robot." And the boy was all like, "Yeah!" And then like
Because, I mean, that's what you do as a responsible adult, right? You sit in the pilot seat of your robot because someone's been breaking in, and you're like, oh, I'm going to smash this guy as soon as he tries to touch my robot. You see this little boy.
He literally picked him up with his robot hand. Like,
and then you tell him, you know what? You're going to be the pilot of this robot
You're
in the
going
future.
places, kids. And then all the giant robot development gets canceled because it's just not worth it.
Yep.
And so he has to live his shitty life as a gambler and drunk. And then he joins Unit 8. And yeah, there's also the other brother unit? I don't know. I'm used to calling things sister.
I think it was
but-
Morgan.
Yeah, I know the name of Morgan, but you know what you call it in Morgan's relationship with Drew. There were two. I wouldn't call them super robots, but giant mecha. Yeah, and Yasuharu was supposed to pilot Drew. He learned about doing that, but Morgan had its own actual adult pilot, who, after the development got canceled, kind of went crazy and eventually stole Morgan in this episode and went on a rampage with him. And Morgan had this really weird technique where he just put people to sleep.
Yeah, he had some kind of like hypno ray.
Yeah, I don't.
He had a shovel arm and a hypno ray.
Yeah, really mismatched.
Yeah.
And so, like, you know, they go and they have the great idea, you know, it's a giant robot. We have to fight it with a giant robot. And I thought, oh shit, this anime could be getting good. This is about to be my shit. And then, like, you know, he gets in. He can actually pilot it because, you know, he learned how to pilot it prior.
Yeah, he was when he was a little boy.
He was getting ready.
studying
He was
up.
getting ready for it, but you know,
Yeah.
it just they never came. So him and Morgan guy, they fight. You know, the animation quality changes. It becomes like a different anime for a second, and Morgan, being the trained pilot he was, beat his ass.
Yeah,
He smacked that shit into the ground.
And
He tore off
older
the drill
old
arm.
man. Wait, say that again?
He tore off the drill arm, I think. Like,
Yeah,
God,
like
that was
right
so
off the
disappointing.
beginning of the battle, he was like, "Oh, nice drill arm, bro. It's gone."
He didn't tear it off. He fucking scooped that shit.
with this
Like Drew tried to
shovel
drill him, and like he ducked it and like shovel armed and like tore that
I
thing off, man.
kind of imagine it's the same as Nappa just punching off Tien's arm.
It was kind of almost identical to that, except, you know, Drew was kind of sharp, where Nappa was a straight up fist, and it gave Tien a clean cut on his arm.
Yeah.
Anyways, surprise, surprise, the reason why giant robot development stuff kind of stopped is because they were not fuel efficient. While Drew was on his ass, you know, on the ground,
Getting his ass beat.
no, nothing's happening because Morgan ran out of fuel.
That's right.
And, you know,
And that's when you find like the smuggest victory ever. Like
it was smug, but the tears were in his eyes, man. He was crying like, this is why, man. This is why they stopped the robots, man. It's because the wheelwares were better.
Yep.
Like, he's just crying on his ass, you know, being conceited and smug that he won because he didn't go full power.
Because he
Yeah, he
didn't
was like,
fight.
"Oh, that was my plan all along, just to wait it out."
Yeah.
He was playing Marvel.
It was a little. He was just turtling.
Just kidding. That's Cross Tekken. He was playing Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Timer scammed him.
So yeah, his willwear unit. Since that episode he didn't wear his willwear unit, but his willwear unit is Oscar, I think 4, and all it does is just block things.
He literally did nothing.
He was a defender, I guess. He
Stood
was
there.
strong.
He held up
and
rocks.
He held up rocks and he blocked things with shields.
He blocked shots.
I think that was that was the only true thing he ever did.
Maybe that's why he was such a good pilot for Drew, because he just took it, you know.
He's literally their tank.
Yeah. So, any other users?
Oscar 5.
Yeah, I think that brings us back to Rin, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So,
there's only 6 of them.
yeah. So Oscar 5 belongs to the commander girl Rin, and it's super duper fast. It's just Speedy Gonzalez. You know, she runs around. Uses some kind of ribbon-like weapon to tie people up, and then tells them to stop doing whatever it is that they're doing. So, yeah, there we go. Her whole plot is the fact that, one, her sister gets in trouble like 2 times, like into some kind of catastrophic event. They save her.
She gets kidnapped once,
Yes.
and the other one I'm not remembering too well.
Well,
What was it?
she's mixed up with a bad boy.
Oh, a bad boy.
Yeah, bad boy.
Who?
Well, we'll get
Who
to
is
that in a
this bad
second.
boy?
I'll tell you. I'll
Oh
tell
my
you
goodness.
in a
My
brief
heart is
moment.
racing.
So, yeah,
I'm gonna be disappointed.
her name is Ren. She has Oscar 5. She's super fast. Cares about her sister and her unit. And then like we get a little bit of political play in this anime. It's really diluted though. They just start throwing out words, adjectives, acronyms, and they never explain any of it. So
Lots of stuff about diets. Orochi's row.
yeah, Orochi's row.
Again, it's
Orochi's
like
O.
Japanese word
Orochi's
put in
chi.
order to take what you want from it.
Yeah. So speaking of Orochi, you guys might be wondering why we're saying this so much.
This is like the first time we mentioned Orochi.
Well, yeah, I know, but you said it like 7 times right there.
That's because it's Orochi's O, Orochi's row, and Orochi's chi.
Yeah. So, anyways, about that.
About it. Can you explain it to
this
me?
is when we get like 3 episodes of actual like, oh, the story's going somewhere, and it deals with the fact that all of these bad guys that Unit 8's been fighting is against a organization that's not actually an organization. It's just 3 individuals who keep giving weirdos super will wares. And this organization is called Logos. What they end up doing is finding out that Japan, like all of Japan, is connected to the internet basically, and you can control all of Japan if you have some master password that lets you control everything, which I'm just saying,
Like, literally everything.
yeah, internet, street lights.
Straight up ground you. Like, no
To
one
Yeah.
Japan, to Japan in general.
Yeah, I'm just like, if you're a future government, and I don't know whoever wins the election coming up in November, but like, let's not have the country be able to be controlled by a computer password. All right, just don't. So, Logos decided to make a like Hatsune Miku-esque Siri / Cortana program called Lycos.
Liko.
Liko,
Liko-chan.
and she's a little like dancing computer fairy girl that does everything for you. She can look up things. She's literally Siri. So it's Siri incarnate with as a net navi from Mega Man.
You want information on mass serial killings? You got it.
You got it. She got it for you. All right.
It's net down. She's gonna apologize over and over again.
Yeah, and so Liko is just basically a virus that is waiting to be activated by the Logos team. Logos being controlled by 3 individuals named Mythos, Dog, and Bird. Dog turns out to be kind of a not so smart guy. Tries to run off with his superpowers and thinks he has unlimited power because he's been controlling all these things from the back scene. Gets beat up by Oscar 5 by Rin. Bird and Mythos think that they're truly the masterminds because Bird wants to see something interesting happen. That's his motivation.
That's all his motivation is.
Yeah, and we don't know what Mythos's motivation is at all because he's just a weird guy. So,
Super weird.
super weird with green hair.
Not as weird as someone you skipped over.
Who did I skip over?
A member of Unit 8.
Oh,
Ho, ho, ho.
who? Do they have an
Well,
Oscar?
technically, you missed 2 more members, but
You
they were
don't
like,
have an Oscar.
Yeah, I'm not getting because they're not important.
Oh, so we're just... Okay.
I'm just skipping over them because they don't have an Oscar.
We'll
Wait,
come back to them later.
Leo got an Oscar though.
Leo.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Good job, Leo. Anyways,
wow, what a throwback.
so, going into the whole Logos thing, they beat up Dog. They found out that the motivation of Logos is to make chaos happen and that they're going to do it by stealing the passwords. One of the two members, Bird, decides to turn himself in, being like, yo, I'm Bird, I'm part of Logos, and I basically effed everything up here. By the way, I gave the rest of the password to Mythos, so even though you guys are putting me in jail, I could technically get out whenever I want because Mythos has the password. Then he gets bored of that and says like, hey, Mythos is this guy? You should find him, and I just want to see it happen. And I want an airplane. So he does that, and then everyone knows who Mythos
He
is.
took the plead.
Yeah, he took the plea basically. So
he was just like, he was like, you know what? I'm done with this.
yeah, he was just like, oh, you guys are dumb. We did this. All right, I'm bored. Go catch this guy.
I think the funny reveal was like, I think when Mythos was like, oh, I always have Bird, and then he get a message from Bird saying like, hey, I rat you out. okay, bye. It was like, oh man, jeez.
Yeah,
Like
And
I
then
have
his
no.
entire world just crumbles.
yeah, because he doesn't.
Hey, you wanted a friend? You want as
You don't
cool
got
as I
this
thought, dude.
friend. Yeah. So, Unit 8 gets dispatched even though they've been under scrutiny from the rest of the military department force or whatever, saying that these guys are a bunch of noobs. They suck.
I think around episode 10 is when they disbanded, I believe.
Yeah, they actively got
Like
disbanded.
they're like, all right, you guys are done. You
Yeah, Sami, who was spying for the police force or whatever.
oh yeah,
the reports.
It was
They were just
basically
like,
to monitor and
All right,
report.
we don't need this shit.
Yeah, Asami's reports, her detailed reports was like, oh, these guys suck, but, they all have a heart of gold. And her commander's like, hey, thanks for the reports. We're shutting down Unit 8. And she's like, wait, whoa. But they have a heart of gold. And he was, yeah, I don't got time to read that. I just saw that they suck, so.
Oh no, it wasn't actually that. It was like her recordings and stuff that they saw.
Oh, yeah.
You just didn't want to read what she was
Yeah,
like.
he did think he was like, all right, I don't have time to read your
All
report.
right, I see these assholes. Nah.
Yeah, no, they done. So, but they decide that they're the only ones that can save the world, and then some other department guy who's like a high-ranking officer who we saw like for maybe a total of 3 minutes of the whole anime tells everyone to shut up and let them do their thing, and they go
You
do
should
that.
listen to your superiors.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that was surprisingly a good line. He was like, yeah, you should just shut up and listen to your superior, right?
yeah.
It was like,
Because that's what he told Asami. Because Asami was like, hey, they have a heart of gold. And her boss is like, you should shut up and listen to your superiors.
like they go sit in the corner, and
Then
then
this
the
general guy
chief was
comes
just
up.
like, no, I'm going to send them out. You shut up.
Because, yeah, he's like, what? But Chief, they suck. And he was, hey, you should shut up and listen to your superiors. Anyways, not that important. Unit
most-
8,
Kind of important
Unit 8 goes
because that's
out
how they
there.
kind of dispatched, I guess.
Yeah, they get redispatched. Unit 8 gets out there. They find out that if you can control the whole country with the internet, you should put him in something like a dead zone. So, I mean, they could have fought him maybe underneath a parking garage or, I don't know, a convention center hall or the airport because that's
the
where you
Wi-Fi.
seem to get the least signal,
Middle of a forest, like the Suicide Forest or something like that.
Yeah. But instead they use some train things. So Haruka gets up and that's like make some kind of dead zone. They all fight him. His unit, which looked badass because it can become a motorcycle or something like that, gets beat up. But then he starts beating them up. That's when Bird gives him the bird and is like, peace out. And then he gets all like super sad. Super duper
He was
sad.
winning the fight. He was
Yeah,
not
he
losing.
he
I
was
don't know what he
always
was
in
saying,
kind of control. Like,
but he was.
I felt like
was
he could have
bopping.
left the dead zone if he really wanted to.
Yeah.
No man, they were trying to keep him there.
And so, when his spirit was slightly broken and they saw that he had a moment of weakness, that's when they decide to really get him and like really squash his feelings, because we found out a little thing about Mythos is that he was a cult leader when he was a young child, and everyone decided to drink purple Kool-Aid and mass suicided. The government comes in and like basically disowns him. Though he lives in Japan,
Yeah,
they're like,
the government
hey,
disowned him.
you're not Japanese anymore. And he's like, wait, what? And then they take his little sister away from him. And,
I think he just assumed she died too.
yeah, they're just like, whoa, my little sister, she's gone. I'm so alone.
Yeah,
There's
he
no
was-
one left.
It wasn't until the last
beside
episode that we got like
me.
some hints to his motivation, but it was like,
Well, I think
got
in the earlier
expelled
episode
from
they-
the system known as Japan. I'm mad. I'm gonna make the system.
Japan is the one that rejected me.
I will reject Japan
by controlling the internets.
by controlling Japan.
All your base are belong to me. So, yeah, he gets to hear that from Unit 8 that they did a little research on him through an old high school project. Someone looked up that tragedy called, what was it called? What?
The fruit of tragedy.
The Fruit of
I
Tragedy.
believe it was actually the chief's younger sister.
Yeah,
Honkers.
it was. I don't remember her name. We're gonna call her Honkers. So
It was Hinata.
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 Oh, something. She shares a similar characteristic with Naruto's Hinata.
Naruto's honkers.
Yeah, exactly.
Honkers is good.
All right, so yeah, she in her high school report reported that this sister was apparently alive and in Europe. So they're like, "Hey,
I think it was
bro,
America.
America?"
Not that
I-
this
I-
is a very important detail, but I'm pretty sure it was America.
I think it was also America, but I don't
Anyways,
know.
she's alive and not in Japan. And so they're like, "Hey, your friend Bird, he doesn't love you, and the only person that can possibly love you is actually alive. We know where she is. So give us back the internet and we'll let you see your sister."
No. You give us back the internet, and you'll have a chance at seeing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
You
Just
might
behind
see.
bars.
They didn't promise to reunite them or anything. Just like, hey, she's still alive.
Like we know.
You might be able to do something.
So he gives it up because he just wants to have friends. Or family, whatever you want to call that.
He didn't want his life back, basically.
Yeah. Again, the season is 12 episodes long. This happens in 2 episodes.
Happens in one.
All of it was in one?
Yeah.
It was one.
I just felt like there was so much story that it had to have been
not really. Like
two.
the other one was kind of like, hey, look, I'm wrecking stuff up, and then the very last one was, oh, this is why he's doing things.
Yeah.
Like, this is why he's mad.
The episode 11 was just about like, how Japan is locked up and like there's nothing anyone can do, and we really need to get on this dude and stop him.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So all of that happens. He gives up. The world is saved. They get back the internet, and the Logos Lico girl comes back, and everyone has Cortana again.
You forgot one very important detail, I guess.
What's up?
That Bird was the student council president.
I didn't even mention that he had a new backstory.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he
big
was
reveal. He was friends with Honkers and
Almost close to lovers.
Almost,
She
yeah,
liked him.
It was supposed to be a big reveal because like for the majority of the season we don't know who Bird was,
yeah.
and he was like supposed to be like a super nice guy that always hang out with honkers.
I mean, I think we only saw him for like 2 episodes.
No,
the
he was-
episode where he got kidnapped, and then
no, he was
those
there.
ending episodes.
Basically-
No, there was the episode where she installed the gray web
Or the
software. for Nico.
freeware
Uh,
software. Like basically, when you see Hinata or honkers, you kind of see him with her as well. So you kind of imagine, okay, they're kind of a thing.
I just thought they were boring side characters
They-
until they decided to make them important
Te-
somehow.
Technically, he was. That was a problem. Like he was at there, and then he kind of have a important role, I guess. Not really, no.
All right. So now you guys know the whole story of Active Raid, shenanigans of Unit 8 all the way until the last couple episodes. Then they basically hurt somebody's feelings and then tell him that he can fix it, maybe.
They hurt him so bad he cried.
Yeah, he did cry.
Just like me.
Broke down on his knee, just bawling.
We
so-
were crying for different reasons though.
And yeah, they saved the day. Asami turns 21 and she can drink.
20.
No, she only
Oh,
turned 20.
20. Yeah,
20.
pardon.
Don't
Drinking
get my
ages
wife's age wrong,
differently.
bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you think she's cute.
No, I just think she's drawn well.
Yeah, drawn really well.
Not in the opening though. No one drawn in the opening looks like they are in the actual show.
Yeah, which is gonna bring us. All right, hold on. Before we get to that, after watching that, I know my mind was numb, but we're gonna give you guys basically a little rating of what we took from Active Raid. We don't really have a scoring system yet, so each person's gonna give you their own way of doing it, and I'm gonna let Wall throw it off.
So I'm playing on my review right now, right?
Yeah, basically, what did you think of Active Raid?
Well, the poker scene in it.
I'll get to that. I'll just say this: there wasn't very any like memorable moments where like I can truly like quote or even say like, "Hey, remember that time in Active Raid where blank happened?" It's like, it's nothing really stands out in the anime. Honestly, I would have, if I didn't go through it, I would have probably dropped it at episode 3. Just because of, normally just because like you give the anime a 3-episode try. Like after the 3rd episode, that's when you decide whether it's good or not. I would have dropped it then.
Like the
because
3
of
day rule?
Huh?
The 3 day rule?
Yeah, like the the third episode, we're like, all right, you made it to episode 3. Should you continue? No.
No.
It was mainly
What happened in episode 3?
episode 3 was when they introduced the idol, and then it kind of get revealed on who Logo was.
Yeah, we got to see. We started seeing little members of like the at least character art.
Since when did I raise you to be a whore?
Oh yeah, that was that episode.
I don't know, like yesterday.
There was a scene where Mythos has like a fake family and some creepy incest bullshit was going on where like she was
like
trying to feed him a cherry while he was laying down. Like the cherry was in her mouth and she was trying to put it in his or something.
And she
and
says like, "Oh, I brought you fruit, brother."
and just spits it in her face and says, "I don't remember raising you to be a whore." And then she like scurries off crying or something.
Yeah. Anyways,
but like the thing that kind of turned me off was one. It was like they had Oscar 6, which was Asami. She, in order to distract the villain that time, was to pretend to be the idol and do like a little idol dance when she's like, "Oh no, this is too embarrassing." It's just like mech idol seems a bit dumb to me. Doesn't really fit in with like your villain of the week is blank. Like, how do you defeat it? Oh, you're going to defeat it by singing and dancing. Okay. The second thing I would probably take out of that episode was like one of the worst like hacking scene I ever seen, where it's literally they're a hacker against Mythos hacker. They press the same 4 buttons over and over again
using the password.
No,
right?
well, no, that's the thing. Like at the very end, Mythos like gain control and put a password protection onto the remote access, and everyone in Unit 8 was just like,
"Oh damn,
he put a password on that. He's really good."
It was like they were playing like hot potato,
yeah."
and like Mythos just like fucking got some super glue like that was instant dry on it and just threw it at them and like got stuck on them and they just couldn't get it off.
Yeah.
So they cut their hands off.
Yeah, so that's where you dropped it, was episode 3.
I would say I
If
would have
you had
dropped
to
it at
drop
episode 3. Like I wouldn't have picked it up, especially seeing how all the other episodes were. I would have. It just wasn't entertaining to me. I would have. That's the thing with Activate. It's when you watch a show, you want to see your main character struggle and then overcome that struggle. They did it very horribly. Well, I'll get to
episode was actually just like a thing where they wanted Logos wanted to test the police's reaction to stuff. Like
yeah, that's I
how
think
they
that's
could
what they kind of
respond to it.
mentioned at the very end, where like the reason why they gave everyone where and had them then do their thing is to test people's response in active time of how they react, and also to pinpoint Orochi or whatever.
It was all according to Keikaku. Keikaku means
That's your weeb word of the day. So remember, folks, remember Keikaku. Anyways, so if you had to give it a rating, what would it be?
feeling generous today.
I think technically for me it would be 5 out of 10. It's like it's not really bad, but it's not really good. It's really mediocre.
All right,
I wonder.
really mediocre. You
Like,
were saying?
there was one thing I want to mention where apparently episode 10 had some controversy where apparently it aired on the anniversary of the Japan like earthquake tsunami, and that was the episode where like at the very end, the villain sent out a mass text to everyone saying, "Hey, there's an earthquake happening."
Oh God.
Yeah,
No,
and then
they did
everyone
not.
started freaking out, and it turned out to be a false alarm. And
That's
apparently
hella
it had some
messed up.
very negative reviews saying
Holy
like,
cow.
"Hey, wow, I can't believe you aired that episode on
this
that day."
day.
Yeah,
Wow.
like when I originally watched it, I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, that's still kind of in bad taste because like I feel like the whole tsunami earthquake thing wasn't too long ago. I actually looked into it too, and they're like, yeah, it got some pretty bad reviews because of that, and I'm like, oh.
That's just absolutely terrible. I mean, that's your own culture. That's your own media. And
Yeah, it was just in bad taste. Like it's like I think it was like kind of like trying to show people the reaction, but then it's like maybe you could have done it better, or maybe not at all.
I mean, have a thing called tact.
Yeah. The real thing is, like, I did find somewhat entertainment out of finding what people are calling on the internet pickpocket chan, where you see this one girl, like, throughout the episode, like, sometimes she's, like, pickpocketing someone, or she's just in the background. They
She
did
has
the
a
dump.
broken arm in the hospital.
Yeah, that's when I finally noticed. It was like, wait, that girl wasn't the first episode.
Yeah, like, I was like, I've
Wait.
seen her before. And then the third episode you see her, I'm like, I think this is a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did the mistake where they showed her in the very beginning of the episode. So the moment I saw her, I'll be like, all right, I don't need to watch this episode. I already found her.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like finding Waldo, and he's like right in front of the page, like, here he is. I'm done with this book.
yeah, there's Waldo.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so 5 out of 10. All right, Julian.
How do you give it a 5 out of 10 when you would have dropped it at 3 episodes? I don't get that.
Oh, because he was.
Well, I mean, I
forced to watch it.
still finish it, but if I were to like then watch it on my own time, I would have just ended it on episode 3,
I see.
and again on 5.
It was my turn?
Yeah.
All right, I gotta say, I saw the promo vid for this, and I thought, wow, that is some good design. I really liked it. Characters, most of them I didn't care about. There was Asami. I thought she looked all right, pretty okay. But I sure do regret starting it.
Well, I mean, you were kind of forced to, Julian. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
We
that-
knew
that
it's
is
a
the
shitty
point.
anime.
Like again, I would have
Well,
dropped
no,
it, but
like this is
we were
actually
forced
like
to watch it.
had this podcast not been a thing,
Uh-huh.
I would have really considered like trying to start it.
Uh-huh.
And oh man, but the thing is, I wouldn't have dropped it. See, there's this thing when you're just so shitty, you know, you can't like a train wreck that you can't look away from. It wasn't like that. I just wanted to know what they were trying to do with it. You know, like I see episode 1, I'm like, okay, they've established a world, I guess. You know, not very well, but they did it.
Yeah.
And episode 2 is like, okay, are we going somewhere with this? And then 3 is just like, oh no, this is Aquarion all over again. And
Flashback.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like, oh my god, nothing's going on in this place.
Like,
What
make
is
it stop.
happening? I really want to know. So, you know, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh my god, what are they going to do with this final episode? How are they going to tie anything together? Oh,
Hey, but they did it.
did they?
Did they? Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like,
We finally got to learn all these things. I mean, I'll bet that it
Terrible
wasn't
idea to
actually
tape a
good...
bunch of dumpster fires together, you know?
Yeah.
It's just going to melt the tape. It
There's-
doesn't
that was-
hold.
that was
That's
the
the
thing.
Didn't
Like,
hold,
That's
Captain.
the pieces that they had, and they're just like, all right, this is how we're doing it. He's sad. He's doing this because he's sad.
well, no, it's like even then, like when they talk about like the fruit of tragedy, like the mass suicide, they didn't really go that much in detail
There
because
was
like
no
even
details
Asami,
about
the
this at
new
all.
goal,
I
it's like,
still
hey, I
love
don't
what
really know
Orochino
that.
is.
Like
thought
I
it
don't
was
really
dope.
know that event. What happened? People that killed themselves.
Yeah,
was
people
it.
drink purple Kool-Aid.
Yeah, that was it. Like
He keeps saying that, but there was never any Kool-Aid discussed. No
I'm sorry,
colors,
that's
no
just
nothing.
one of the most famous cult mass suicides in
I
all
know,
American
but still,
history.
man, they could have like snooed to death.
Hey, you know what? They could have snoot, but Active Ray didn't tell us how they committed
Again,
mass
yeah.
Didn't
suicide.
tell us
So,
anything.
exactly.
I walked away from this show not knowing anything more than I knew.
They call it the fruit of tragedy, and there was no fruit mentioned. So
It was just tragedy.
yeah, just tragedy.
All of it was just this entire show was a tragedy.
The Active Ray should have been called Fruit of Tragedy.
I think that would have been a much better name.
Yeah, and when they finally heard the incident, would have been like, oh, okay.
They said that
They said
that
the
the
name of
title.
the
They said the
anime.
title in the anime.
I get it.
I am it coming full circle.
Exactly.
Oh, another thing. Active Raid. Active actually stands for something.
It does.
I don't know what it is. They've never said anything about it in the show. There was never any like periods after each letter to
No, the word was just
indicate that it was an
active.
acronym. Like they just.
Hold on, I
just-
got this. I got
Oh,
this.
you got it. You got
Hold
it. Hurry up.
I-
Show me. Show me. You Googler. Okay. While we're waiting for that,
Yeah, we're just having
there's
this
another
dead
point
air
I'd like to
while we-
add.
My internet is loading.
Who is Baba Michi?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
They brought up-
Okay,
Hold on.
it only
Hey,
brought up for like
they
a
were
few
having
seconds
this
in the
mixer
episode.
and like to get Senatsu or
Soichi.
Soichiro, to get him to show up, the dude told him someone who looked like Baba Michi was there
Yes.
or was gonna be there,
And he's
she
like,
wasn't.
He's like,
and-
oh shit, Baba Michi? Okay, I'll be there.
And I'm like, who's Baba Michi? And like, like, all right, maybe sometime in the next, what was it, 8 episodes after that? Like,
Yeah.
maybe we'll find out about Baba Michi. And like, nope.
All right, I'm gonna spoil a little bit of something here. After that episode,
Spoiled.
while we were watching it, I looked it up because I'm like, no,
Hold
you
up,
did
hold
not
up.
do this to me.
Before you do that, I want to say that I too looked it up, but I did not go any further and hope there was no pop-up. I just typed in Baba Michi, and the
Active
first
raid.
No,
No?
I just typed in Baba Michi,
Uh-huh.
and the first thing that showed up on the internet was, I don't remember what subreddit it was, from Reddit,
Uh-huh.
but it was an active raid thread, and it just said, "Who is Baba Michi?"
That's exactly the first thing that I found, and I'm like, no.
I didn't have to type active raid.
They didn't even go into. Yeah, they just say, they're like, hey, this person, Britney Spears, is gonna be coming to this event, and you're supposed to just know.
Who's Baba Michi?
Yeah,
You're
no,
supposed
that's
to
that was
you
the
know?
worst-
No, you're not. The real world doesn't know, but their world knows. So therefore, you're supposed to just know.
I'm so upset.
That
now.
was the worst part of the whole anime experience. Is they expected you to know like everything about the world without explaining it.
I mean, I get that tactic
There was a little bit of
narratively.
world building.
Like in episode 5, the poker scene, the main character was like the main character was like, hey,
Just
I
like
don't
the
I don't
last episode of this podcast is gonna sneak
I'm gonna
it
try.
in
I'm
there,
gonna.
don't you?
I'm gonna try to keep this short. I probably won't keep it short.
Try.
But
I know
the
that
main
one of our
character,
listeners, if they get this far, will
Asami,
enjoy your poker talk.
Asami was just like, hey, I don't
That's
understand how to play this game.
Shout
and
outs
one of the
to-
characters was just like, here's a file on how to play. Just continue watching. No explanation after that. It's like we can just assume you're just saying random words and they're winning.
Yeah.
Like stuff is happening.
Hey,
Conflicts.
I got Farfanugan. Oh damn. Royal Flush.
Like-
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
Old Maid. Oh no. What do I do?
99 Dragon.
my
I'm
God.
not even sure if they're playing poker anymore.
Go.
King me.
I'm sorry.
Checkmate
that
and
bottle scared the shit
touchdown.
out of me. Anyway, so
But like I think again, like it was like another thing. Like they would say abbreviations. Like he's like, oh man, his MIT is really high. Like what does that mean?
yeah, his SAT is so it's 1600.
His
His SATs are at 33%.
his AT or his ACT score is above 90.
Oh no, he has a BBC.
Oh no.
Oh, active stand for Armored Combined Tactical Intelligent Vanguard Elements.
That is not even describing anything there.
Again, English, they're the random English word that put in order.
Yeah. That's like those poems that you make out of people's names, like Sigurd. Smile, integrity, good, umbrella, rebellious, drugs. You know, like Sigurd.
That's that would define me.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, so active does raid stand for anything?
It doesn't tell me that. It just said it's in active is actually like what system they're on. Like that's their system of how things are ordered or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So,
So-
if I were to have to give this a rating,
Yeah, we're on that.
yeah, I would rate it. Yeah, it shit the bed. It shit the bed on a level where, like, if you were in the bed and when they shit it, like, you were like, did you shit the bed? And you'll be like, I'm squinting my eyes right now. You can't see that, but you'll think about staying in the bed, and as time goes on, the bed just keeps on like getting more and more depressed because
The bed is getting
'cause, like,
depressed.
somehow the shit outside of the body is just heavier than when it was in there, and like
Ew.
it's just sinking down, and
Oh God.
it's made its way to the box spring, and you're just like,
Oh,
holy
God.
shit, what am I still doing here?
Did he shut
Yeah,
out
it's-
molten lava?
3 out of 10. All right. For me,
Could be worse.
so
Could have touched me.
yeah, at least you got out in time.
I didn't. I got out before season 2. There's a season 2.
Oh yeah,
We can only make a guess
my
of
God.
what it is.
yeah. Don't. Let's just not go there. No season 2. It ended at episode 12. Mythos is with maybe his sister. That's where it ends. All right. So
Also, America's acting raids.
yeah. After your guys' 2 things, I'd have to say that I would have dropped it on episode 5. That is our infamous poker episode.
These people talk about their episodes, and I have no clue which episode was which. It was just so unmemorable.
I
Yeah.
had to look it up.
Like,
so one of the
I literally had to take notes, which
There was
I
no
never have to do.
linearity to the story at all.
yeah, no, it's Family Guy. It could have been anywhere, and then things are just back to being okay in the first episode. I mean, the beginning of the next episode. But episode 5 was the infamous poker episode. There are 2 members of Unit 8 that we didn't mention yet. There's a mechanic. I'm not even going to get into his name because his whole thing is, I'm a mechanic. I hit on girls. And then we had...
He also
Literally
didn't
a
know
worthless
everything about Will Wars. That
They could have spent the budget on his voice actor, on the writing, and we could have got something.
Or on the art, because that got dropped in quality right after the intro. So,
Damn it, Akino.
yeah.
Why did you have to take all the budget?
What? Yeah, that's
It's such a good song,
that's
Golden
where it
Light by
is.
Akino with Lust 4.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So,
Oh, wait, you can because Sony has stopped everything on YouTube from that. Unless you like Nightcore. And
man, I don't understand those Nightcore remixes. What is that?
Nightcore?
Yeah.
It's just high pitch sped up so that YouTube cannot be like, striking it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
But some people like it.
yeah, some people like. I guess it's just a matter of hearing the song again. But back to what I was saying. Episode 5, you have Mechanic Guy, who we're not going to remember his name, and then you had Hacker Girl, the girl who lost to Mythos because he password protected. Her name is Maruka. There's some kind of the big plot on that episode was some guy is unbeatable in poker, and anytime someone challenges him and loses, they launch a missile into the city. So, and he's okay with it. That's just his life. Unit 8 was like, we gotta take down this guy. Oh, I know how to do it. We'll beat him at poker. But they don't. They all suck. They all lose. So that means that there's like 5 other missiles responsible, but it's okay. Soichiro has his gun, and he's competent this time. He's shooting the missiles out of the sky. And then we found out that the quiet character, who's the hacker girl, is secretly an infamous gambler known as Bloody Mary.
Densetsu no Gambler.
Yeah, legendary.
She's a legendary gambler.
She's a legendary gambler. No, Kakero? How do you say plan again?
Keikaku.
That was our weeb word of the day, man. Alright, so
you're going to confuse the audience when you put 2 Wii words.
yeah, man.
Densetsu means legend.
Legendary.
No, not legendary. The Densetsu no is like the thing of legend. So you can legendary.
Okay.
It works out like that too.
So if you say Densetsu no Keikaku, that's the plan of legends.
Yeah. Or a legendary plan. Either way you want to.
Nice. All right. That's your Japanese lesson of the day. So, Bloody Mary
I don't speak Japanese.
comes out and they win. She doesn't suck. And
She pretends to suck.
yeah, she
Hard.
Well, see, that's the thing with
yeah. That's the thing with
that's the thing with poker. You can't make it exciting because it's the same thing. I'm just gonna try to outbluff. It's 2 people just outbluffing each other. That's all. Like, no matter what meter it is, that's what poker is.
Where's your romantic soul, dude? God. I guess a race is just 2 dudes driving cars, one's faster than the other. Oh, so boring.
anyways. It was boring, which is why I dropped it. It wasn't just because of that episode. It's because the episode before that was also boring. There was no fight. There was a bomb on a plane, and the bad guy turned out to be these balloon animals, and Takaru, Oscar 2 flying in
Bad
a
guys were
guy.
logos.
Use whatever. Some inflatable lion thing was popping out of the
opponents
airplane.
I felt like episode 5 could have been better if the guy actually had a weird world that can like I analyze his hand and everything. But instead it was just some dude. Because like throughout all the episodes he was just fighting. They've been fighting other weird worlds.
Yeah.
If he had one, like that
They-
would have been fine.
They
I guess.
took like a 2-episode break of people fighting other Willware users. And I'm like, this is not what I signed up
Let's
for.
all remember, Oscar 2, his ultimate technique,
Oh,
his Hisatsu Waza. It was so good. It was like, I'm sure that no one here knows who Jushin Liger is, but Jushin Liger has this Liger chop where he's like, he chops and like, oh, this was that, like, times 10. It was beautiful, and he used it once.
all right. Let's all give a small moment of silence to the fact that they should have had special moves. They showed it in episode 1 and then never did it again.
Oscar 6 had a special move.
Well, she just claimed out moves. It was like Jackie Chan Adventures. That guy who's like, hidden leaf tiger, monkey blowing on a butt. You know, like that's what she was doing.
No, man, I'm pretty sure like she had programs, like install or like
Yeah,
program advances.
If you
in
want
her
me-
Oscar unit.
They were not
She would
program
be like,
advances.
sword, wide sword, long sword, program advance, life sword.
No, I'm saying Jackie Chan Adventures girl. Anyways, guy. No,
Oh.
girl. It was Asami who had the pre-programs.
I thought we were talking about the guy from Jackie Chan.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was a dude. He was definitely.
He was definitely a man. So, yeah. After that, I just only looked forward to episodes that had Willware battles. But if it was up to me and I had the ability to drop it, it would have stopped at 5.
If I had the ability to drop
If I had
because
the-
we're on this train, folks. We can't just jump off.
Yeah,
We do our
we're
lives.
doing this for you. We do it for the users. So,
Please remember that when you think about dropping us.
yeah, please give us another try. This anime was so hard to do a synopsis.
3
of.
episodes. 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I'm
give
begging
us the
you.
3-episode rule. So, anyways,
We promise we will be better. We'll have better budget. We can budget accordingly.
yeah, we got you guys. But yeah, if I had to give it a rating, I'll give it a generic 4 out of 10. Because I was hyped the first 2 episodes, and then it really let me down after that, and then it just kept letting me down.
It was like you're like on a 12-story building, and like all of a sudden you fall through the floor, and like you just smash into the ground of the 11th floor, and like and like you're still reeling from that, but then the ground underneath you breaks, and you fall again. You just keep on falling, and just keeps letting you down all the way to the ground floor.
Yeah, each time you're falling, your nuts just slam into a steel beam, and you're just like, why am I doing this still? So, yeah. Yeah, 4 out of 10. I think that's where it belongs. All right, guys.
Like even when they do win, you just can't be happy for them. Like they're just really bad at their job.
yeah.
Like
Not as
in-
bad as
in
Ash
episode
Ketchum is
5,
at
like,
being a
they-
Pokemon trainer.
in
but-
episode 5, they were just really bad at lying, cheating, and stealing. Like
well, they're cops. That's not what it's not what they're trained to do.
still, you
Valid
shouldn't
point.
offer to do the plan if it's not going to work. Like, oh man, let's put a hologram as mom and make him feel bad.
You're
Oh,
still
wait.
back on that poker episode, aren't you?
It would have been the other episode I would have dropped if I didn't drop it after 3.
Yeah. All right, folks. So, I mean, I don't think I have any recommendations for something Sentai-ish anime-wise. Do you guys have anything that, if someone wanted to watch a good Sentai-esque mecha-wearing battle armor... Oh, Ronin Warriors was pretty good, and they did that concept. But that's a 90s anime.
So it had to have been good,
Yeah.
even without the rose-tinted glasses.
We're anime kids. I mean, we're 90s kids.
Huh? Something similar to this? I haven't watched anything in a while, so I don't think so.
Yeah. What?
I can't think of any good like mech or power armor suits recently.
Not with like a varying cast like this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it up front. I don't think this is a good concept for anime most of the time. I mean, if you want to watch something like this, go watch Sentai.
Yeah.
Go watch Power Rangers.
Kamen Rider Ghost. It's pretty okay.
If you do have time and you do feel like watching Active Raid, probably should watch porn instead. It's probably more entertaining.
Thanks, Ma.
Cool.
You're that guy.
Cool.
Maybe even read a book.
I mean,
Like, go watch a
computer's
movie. It doesn't have
downstairs
to be
in
a
the
good
living
movie.
room. And is that what you're doing
His computer is right here.
right now? There's only a bed in
What are you
this
doing
room.
over in that corner wall?
Don't look at me.
Oh, God. He didn't have a shirt on at the beginning of the podcast. Anyways, so this is the part of the
Is this
show.
where we take listener emails?
Yeah, if we could have this, I mean, this is the first
what
episode.
did they send in to us?
Where do I send
I'm sorry,
this?
I'm not
Where-
gonna
where do I
lie.
send questions?
Wait, where do we send these things?
Yeah.
What email have they been sending this to? I've been checking mine and I haven't been anything but like
I check
PayPal
check
updates.
my
You
mailbox
got PayPal
regularly.
Yeah, PayPal's always like, "Hey, yo, you're missing out on your $10." Let's not get into this right now.
All right.
My personal life.
All right. It's a mess. All right. So, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what animes you would like us to watch or review for you.
We want to know what episode you'll drop us on.
Yeah, I mean, it could be now, but at least write us. Let us know gently that you want
Don't
to
be
drop
gentle.
us.
You know, we weren't kind with Active Raid. Don't be kind with us.
Yeah, give us a rating. But anyways, you can reach us. We have a podcast email. We're going to be daijoucrew@gmail.com. Daijou spelled Daijou. No space. Crew spelled Crew @gmail.com.
It's all
One
one
more
word.
time, please. I wasn't getting that. I'm not very good at spelling.
You're not allowed to. Okay. So Daijou
Well, one more time.
JOU
JOU
CREW
CREW
@gmail.com.
@gmail.com.
I mean,
Let
for
me
those
get out
of
my
you,
phone and write that down. Can you repeat yourself?
I
one more
am
time?
not a radio show, right? I mean, we're not a radio commercial. For those of you who are still having trouble finding it, you can look in the show notes or on the podcast description.
play it back.
You'll be able to see what.
Play it back. Like
Yeah.
rewind it.
Yeah, like
Rewind
10
like a couple
seconds.
seconds.
You
I can't do that. This is the real world.
You can hear Julian struggle some more.
Play it back.
Oh, I told you my personal
We got the
life was a
recording right
mess.
here.
So
Everyone knows. I can't
email us.
read.
I'll also have a Twitter out for us, so you can just tweet at us.
You can also
Anything.
tweet at
And,
that Twitter that I don't use.
yeah,
Or mine.
We'll have those personal Twitters on the show notes as well. But for now, what we're gonna do is act like we have emails.
You mean we have emails? I sent out the newsletter to the internet last week.
All right. Well, then this person who doesn't have their name is Lar. Lar asks, "Do you think Raid bug spray can kill me?" He writes,
Only
in,
one way to
I
find
made
out.
some ramen noodles in a bowl, and my sister said a month or two ago that she killed a bug in the bowl with Raid, and I don't know if she cleaned it out or not because it was back in my room again, so I figured it was clean. Should I worry about it? The amount... Yeah.
That's
So-
only the answer, Sega. We're supposed to give him the answer.
Yeah, so guys, do you think if you used Raid in a bowl, like maybe weeks, months ago, and then ate from it, that you could die?
Let's
Did
talk
you
to
wash
Dr.
it?
Julian over here.
No,
Has it been
that's Lar thinks that no,
It haven't
he
been
thinks that
washed.
it hasn't been washed,
Okay, wash it.
but he already ate the ramen.
Like
noodles.
he had the ramen in his bowl.
already. He ate it, so
He's eating it as we speak.
yeah.
You know, if the end is coming, don't let yourself know. Just live your life to the fullest every day. If you're gonna die, you're gonna die. You know?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. What else do you want me to say? I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a chemist. I don't know about, the effects of Raid on your, esophagus and stuff.
All right. What about you, do
I
you
think he's gonna die.
do
All
you
right,
think he's
listen here,
gonna die?
Lars. Raid are meant to kill ant. You are not an ant. You are better than an ant. You are Amazon.
you went for it?
I
You're
went
just
for it
gonna
because
take
Julian couldn't
Julian's
do it.
stick? You're just gonna steal that from
And
him?
they are not Amazon.
They are not Amazon.
I am Amazon.
Look, I'm
Please.
giving him hope, okay? I think he might be dying, you know?
Well, he definitely doesn't want to be Amazon
All right. Well,
because that's not really Amazon.
so they're gonna live.
I feel like even if they did spray the bowl, I don't think it's a whole lot.
What
Unless
are
you put like a liter of raid in that bowl and he drank it, maybe
That's
he
a
should
pretty
see a
big
doctor. Or maybe if he like decided to use it as like breast spray and sprayed the whole like bottle in his mouth,
That's
maybe he
the
should see a
weirdest
doctor.
way to get ready for a kiss. Can you imagine? Like, oh, hold on. Is that raid? Why do you have raid on you? I'm a really dirty person. I'm a
That's
dirty
when
boy.
you book it from that date.
When
you
I go to
leave.
sleep at night, I just have all this candy in my mouth, and I don't eat it or anything.
Just wait.
I sleep with my mouth open, and sometimes ants just crawl in there.
That sounds so gross. Hey, listeners, if any of you guys are an artist, you should draw that. Draw a person sleeping with.
Oh man, I
candy in
can't
their
wait to see the fan art we might get.
So, yeah, I'm with Wah. The ingredients for raid, the poison, is made to kill ants, or else, if you were spraying it and your cat or dog were by it, if it wasn't at a safe dilution,
Diffusion.
no dilution, the active poison. Yeah, if it wasn't at a safe, amount to be breathed around or anything like that, then it wouldn't be readily available on like the shelves of Walmart, because let's be honest, like that would be very dangerous then. So,
Well, bleach is kind of dangerous, but they did kind of put that on the bottom shelf for
Yeah, I think,
anyone to
I think
use,
like honestly, half a cup of Raid would kill you.
well, yeah, because that's way more than you would like.
But that's
use.
still the same dilution.
But still, I think
Yeah,
if you
but
check
the amount-
I don't
If
think
you
they
just sprayed something,
The amount
like a
doesn't
quick
have anything to do with how diluted it is.
I think small quantity.
Yes, it does, because of the fact that if you drink a certain
Look, I'm saying out this
amount,
one. You guys are the
depending
scientists
how
on this one.
diluted it is, you
But
are
it's all
changing the
the same.
concentration
It's
level.
all the same.
No, you're changing the concentration.
You're not
level.
changing it because it all comes from the spray.
Yeah, it
It's
comes
all
from
the same
spray,
in
but
there.
the amount that you're drinking.
Listeners, if you have anything to say on this subject, please email us at daijoucrew@gmail.com.
Please
Tell
provide
Sigurd he's an
source
idiot.
and
I work in a lab.
Okay.
do
think
you
that
work
makes you
with Raid?
qualified?
Yeah, I think it does.
I don't
because
think so.
I make our reagents.
Oh my god, but you don't speak the English well.
As you just say that to me. Anyways, all right. I don't think they're gonna die. Well, you don't think they're gonna die?
Lars, you're frying it. I
His name
mean,
isn't
how
Lars,
long
it's
ago
Lar.
was that? How long ago was that post, anyways?
4 years ago. So
He's in a better place now.
he's either dead or not dead.
Either way, national
He could still
selection.
be,
If he
somewhere in
survived,
between.
he was meant to. If he didn't, well, one less person.
What's next? What's the next email?
All right, next one. There was a kid in the computer lab at my school watching an anime. I can't remember what he called it, but he said it was about this girl who gets ... Then he updates. It wasn't a hentai. I only caught a few minutes of it. It was like a government/spy anime, I think. So he's asking, what anime is this?
I'm sorry.
Bible Black.
What anime is it?
You know I'm right, so just agree.
Well, you say it wasn't hentai.
It's not
Bible
hentai.
Black hentai?
So what
Pretty
you got
sure it
out of
is.
it is that it's not hentai. It has a girl who gets ... And then it was a government/spy anime, I think.
God, if only there was like one or two more words.
You know
in
what?
this
I think I know what it is. I think it's Elfin Lie.
Elfin Lie?
Yeah, because
Alright.
I mean, it had nudity, and I think they had labs and stuff, but
You know,
it wasn't hentai.
I
would've
would
just-
not bet against Wall on this one.
I would have just called it Totally Spies. That's what I would have guessed.
But they don't get ...
I don't even know what the ... is.
Exactly. I
No.
think
Dot.
But it's not hentai.
Dot.
The best answer that they got was Agent Ica.
Never heard of it.
I don't
Never
know.
heard of it.
I don't know what that is. Maybe we should Google it. Maybe it might be porn.
I'm gonna.
All right.
I remember.
Listeners, get
I
on
remember.
that. Agent Ica. Aika.
Like I remember the first time I saw Elfen Light because I think a friend told me like hey, just to let you know, there's like might be some mild nudities, and I'm like, I think I should be fine. Then I saw a nipple. I'm like, oh my god, what is this?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I was not prepared.
I thought nudity was like, oh, I'm going to see a butt, but no, I saw boobs and stuff.
Any other emails?
Yep, last one that we'll do for
Last one?
tonight.
Darn.
All right, we'll give you 2 more. We'll give 2
Whoa.
more.
Hey, don't go overboard now.
All right. This person asks,
1 more hour.
can you name a song with an animal in the lyrics or title?
Yeah.
All right, what's yours?
Eye of the Tiger.
Damn, that was going to be mine.
Hungry like the wolf.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. There's a K-pop song called Lionheart by Girls' Generation, so I'll go with
Alright,
Lionheart.
Can't verify this.
So Lionheart, Eye of the Tiger, and Hungry Like the Wolf. All right, good job.
I want to go Japanese now. I want to get a weeby one.
What is a good? Remember, it can.
Oh, hey! Cat's Eye.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
What we heard was it what
Was
we
this supposed
heard
to be a
at
hard
dinner tonight?
Yeah.
It was nice.
I don't know actually. The name of the song might not be Cat's Eye.
What was this supposed to be a hard question? I felt like he could have typed that in Google and he would have gotten a whole list
Maybe
of
he
it.
just wanted to converse with people. You know? Why are people listening to us and sending us emails? Because they just want to talk, man. They just want to talk.
This should be our segment. Maybe we should, instead of actually reading other people's emails, we'll just read. We should then read random questions and just answer it.
No, that's not canon.
All right. Here's a good one. Can I get my dad arrested for not giving me money for the arcade? What a bratty child. This comes from... Hold on, let me see if I can get the name. Oh, there's more to this. Okay. Listener, well, this guy's not a listener, but he writes, when it's lunchtime at school, me and my friends go to the bowling alley, which has arcade games and pool. And we would play pool and play shooting games and stuff. But he won't give me any money for tomorrow. So what am I supposed to do at lunch when all my friends... sorry, there was bad grammar. What am I supposed to do at lunch when all my friends playing pool and shooting zombies in 3D? He said he would already give me $25 this morning to last all week. Well, I spent it all today because I had some Nando's for today's lunch. What's a Nando? Nandisca? For today's lunch, which cost me $9.45 because I had 2 sides, bottomless, drink $2.60. And I played pool twice, which was like $2. Table hockey for $1. And I forgot my train pass this morning, so I had to pay for the train. And I had a Frappuccino on my way home. But he don't care. Said I need to learn not to waste all my money and eat something cheap instead. Everyone was getting Nando's, so I couldn't not get it too. I would look just poor. Oh my god, this is starting to hurt. None of my friends have to beg their parents for money. It's like he's hurting for money. He's just talk crap about learning to be responsible with money. I already know how. I used to have jobs. So now tomorrow I'm going to have to eat at my school because I have no money. Just some money on my school lunch account thing, which will maybe be enough for fries, while all my friends are playing pool. He don't even care. Just made fun of me by saying his heart bleeds for me. So I threatened to quit school and he threatened to beat me to a pulp. What kind of dad is that? I want him arrested. I don't deserve abuse. And what if I forget my train card again?
This kid sound Russian.
It's
That could have just started...
African.
Sounds what?
South African.
South African? Oh my gosh.
I looked up Nando's. It's a restaurant originating from South Africa.
Oh really? I think he was trying to type nachos.
No, it's Nando's.
It's Nando's.
It's too coincidental to not be.
So I mean, like, yeah, this dad being a jerk, like he's not giving his kid money
Well,
to
I mean,
play
what?
pool
I mean,
and
that
Frappuccino.
wasn't the question. The question was,
Can I get arrested?
yeah, can I get arrested? I mean, he can't get arrested for not giving you money. That's not against the law. But you can make him get arrested for other things. Well, that wouldn't be a good idea, kid, because then you won't have any money.
You won't get any Nandos.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here.
All right.
Where does he live? Because, in America, probably not going to fly. But if he is South African, maybe he can have an arrest. I don't know about the laws there.
So you're just juxtaposing that. Yeah, you're in a different country. Who knows what the
Who
rules
knows,
are?
dude? What happens if
Anything
he's in like one of
goes.
those hella corrupt countries,
He has no money to pay off any.
My plan just fell through because I thought of that. He has no money to pay them off. All right. Chances are he's not gonna get arrested. You might as well just suck it up and eat your fries from school.
No more Nandos for you.
Yeah, lay off the Nandos.
You know what? Maybe he should get his dad
Getting a
arrested,
bit
so
chubby.
then he'll learn the ultimate life lesson.
All right. Let me see if I can.
Is this the part where we sign off?
No, he promised one more question.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. This is what we'll finish. We'll finish it off with this. What do you think of these names for a girl? Sheila, Katie, spelled with the IE instead of a Y. Keisha, Trixie, Lawanda, Laquifa, Aurelia, or Nutella.
Wait, I'm supposed to pick one, or just what do I think?
It's just, what do you think of these names? Please and thank you. God bless.
Wait, one more time.
I don't
You got-
want to hear these names
Pick
again.
one.
Sheila.
I have to just pick one.
No, I think we're judging all these names, right?
Sheila sounds Australian. Sounds like she's
Sheila,
really
yeah,
tan with
Sheila
blonde
does sound
hair.
Australian. I think it's an okay name, Sheila.
Okay, Katie
Katie, that's with the Y, right?
with a
That
Y.
reminds me of that one person who was, like a dictator maid cafe lady, who our mutual friends worked under, and she sounds a bit crazy. It sounds like a crazy. I do not associate that name.
Crazy Katie.
Crazy Katie.
Crazy Katie.
Crazy Katie.
That's the first thing those little kids are gonna call her. So, what
and
about
that would make her
Keisha?
crazy.
Keisha.
Wait, are you skipping the Katie with the IE?
Yeah, because Crazy Katie.
Well, I really hate when they do, like, they change it up, like to be IE. You're not special. You're just trying to be.
So you think the Y is the proper spelling of Katie?
I feel like it is.
Send in your thoughts on the Y versus IE to
Daijou Crew.
daijoucrew@gmail.com.
Oh,
Either way, whichever one is the norm, you're trying to be special with your name. You're not special.
shout outs to Jeremy. Sorry, Wall feels this way.
Jeremy's name is all kinds of fucked up.
It's Jeremy with an IE.
Okay, most people spell Jeremy Jere. His second E is an A. He's quite different.
Yes.
You're a
2
Rammy.
points of difference.
He is a snowflake.
He is.
All right. So we have Keisha.
I'll let you go first.
I'm pretty sure they named her after a fruit. Keisha? Keisha is, or
A quiche is like
yeah, I think that was what I was thinking.
a baked good.
And there's kiwi. That's a fruit.
Quiche stems from Sharkeisha. And that makes me think- whoa, we got triggered over there.
Oh, sorry, that came out of nowhere.
Nowhere. Keisha is literally the second half of Sharkeisha.
Yeah, you're right. All right, so
You know?
it comes from Sharkeisha.
Makes me think of a brawler, dude.
That's a strong name.
It's a strong, yeah. If you got a name like that, you're growing up on the streets, you're living the tough life. You gotta
Yeah.
be strong.
All right,
You don't need no man.
9 out of 10, Sharkeisha. All right, so we move on to Trixie.
Trixie Tang, the hottest girl in middle school. If only Timmy hooked up with her instead of Tammy.
Are you really fairly odd parodying me right now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you know that's still ongoing?
Yes,
Like,
Wait, it is?
yeah.
it is. He's got like a sister or something.
Wait, what?
You also have a talking dog or something?
Oh, I know he has a magical fairy dog.
Yeah, lots of things are going on. Let's not
Let's not go
let's
into
not
that.
get on this.
All right.
We'll talk
What do you
that.
think, Wah? What do you think about Trixie?
Sounds like a stripper name.
Whoa.
All right, so he just plans out your future, I guess.
Yeah.
We're gonna skip like all the other ones and just go down to Nutella.
Nutella. Spelled the same way as Nutella?
Just straight up Nutella. Yeah.
your mom was hungry.
Maybe as an embryo, you made your mom crave that so much that she's like, you know what, little baby, that's your future.
You know, instead of naming your baby something like, Destiny or like
America.
Desire, whatever. Maybe they just wanted you to be a sweet little baby, sweet like Nutella, Nutty brown flavor.
A nutty brown.
That's the thing when I hear those names. It's like the parents clearly didn't think it through. Like that kid is probably going to get bullied pretty hard.
Or they'll just love her because everyone loves Nutella.
Yeah, there's that too.
You never know. Maybe it's just like
Now, if you name a kid like Avocado, you're gonna get a mixed bag result
I
there.
mean, if your last name is Merman and you name your kid Herman, yeah, he's gonna get bullied.
Can you say that whole name?
Herman Merman.
Herman the Merman.
What was that?
Herman Merman. Herman the Merman.
Herman Merman. Hey,
Harvey Birdman.
Herman Merman.
That's the name of the
Is he
kid
a
from
merman?
Bad Santa, okay?
What?
I don't know. I feel like you're not getting the reference.
No,
That's the name of the little fat kid from Bad Santa.
I've never seen Bad Santa.
You're not. I don't
No.
think you're missing much.
So
There's a scene where like, what's your name, kid? It's like Herman. Like he's already known the last name of the place, and he's like Herman the Merman. Who the fuck? Like he got really mad.
Herman Merman.
Or
I
like
know
you,
what I'm
or
naming
like
my
you
dog.
name your kid Armin. Like people are going to be like,
I'm really glad that this podcast devolved into just three idiots laughing at each other.
I guess so.
Right now it's evolving into noises.
Art.
Art. That's Armin trying to say his own
Isn't it?
name. So
I still don't get that.
you don't just
It-
watch
it's-
Armin try to say his name when he's scared.
I
Oh.
think yeah. Also, I think it's also parody of Team Force or when they did Attack on Titan Bridge. Like Armin was just like like you just can't really talk at all.
Okay, that was the last name on the list.
Yep, that was Nutella.
If you guys have any other names you want us to rate, you can send them in at daijoucrew@gmail.com.
Yeah, and I hope to hear from you guys soon so that we don't have to grab random questions from the internet because that's a weird.
Or
place.
if you like that,
Please.
we will do it more. Oh, let's send
We can do
random
that.
questions.
We could make this whole podcast answering Yahoo Answers if you didn't enjoy our review of Active Raid. But on
That
that
would save
note,
us the trouble of watching any more terrible anime.
yeah. So
Let
let us-
submit nothing but questions. Let's just end this.
yeah. So just let us know what you guys think. Thank you for listening to our first podcast. We'll try to get better. It's not even a try. We will get better for you, and we
I
hope.
think I peaked.
You think this is it's all
This is it?
downhill from Bill.
That's all I got.
All right. Well,
You guys just got me. Julian Psycho 100.
It's-
100% right there.
oh, that's a good anime though. We can speak of those here.
Yeah, we can.
We can totally speak it.
Look,
oh,
how
fine,
about
you want a
You just kill
recommendation?
me,
Watch.
and we'll just restart this whole anime all over again. Does it sound like a good idea? No, because you guys aren't watching ReZero. Okay, so,
I'm the dank memer here. I don't like not knowing what the meme is. You stop that.
oh, looks like I know something you don't know. Anyways, yeah, look out for us in the future. I'm not sure where we're hosting this yet, so we're just gonna tell all of our friends. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Only our friends are gonna listen to this first episode, right?
Who knows, man? I'm not sure how podcasting works. Maybe it's like Reddit where people are browsing aren't new and they see the new post and they're like, download.
Would just be like a dank new podcast. Yeah.
I like that.
All right. So yeah. So when things are going bad or you're watching anything, just know that it'll be Daijou Boo. You can send it over to the Daijou Crew. We'll watch it for you. So thanks and look for us in the future.